Oh, are those hips feeling a little tight or even a little achy? Well, then I gotta move for you. Hey, it's Coach Becky here, and I get it. If those hips ache, if it's hard to get out of bed, if you're feeling that pain all day long, that is not a fun place to be in. So I can't wait to show you this stretch. It's really gonna help with that. But you know what? To really get the most benefit out of this, it's important to stretch our entire body. You might be feeling it in your hips, and yes, those hips need to be stretched, but you might have a tight chest, a tight back, all these other areas as well. So we wanna make sure we're stretching that entire body. And that's why we put together the Metabolic Stretching program, because it's a great way for beginners or more intermediate levels to actually get a full body stretch and a workout while you're doing it too. So make sure you check out that pinned comment down below to grab Metabolic Stretching, and hey, let's go ahead and dive into this exercise. All right, so this stretch is called the pigeon stretch. That's what they call it in yoga. It's a great way to loosen up the hips and the glutes as well, just getting in through this midsection. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and take one leg straight back behind me and bend the other one out in front. Now I am gonna show you a modification in just a second, so if this feels a little too intense, just stay tuned. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and bend this front leg out in front of me. I like to flex this foot a little bit through to help just protect in through the knees and those hips. From there, I'm gonna take the back leg straight back behind me, so you can just kind of place your hands on the ground to hold yourself up. The back leg is nice and straight behind me. I'm gonna actually take the top of my shoelaces and face them towards the ground. So I want my knee and the top of my shoelaces facing the ground. Sometimes what I see is people start to rotate out. That's gonna take some of that stretch out. So make sure you're rotating the top of your leg towards the floor. All right, now this might be plenty of stretch for you. What you're gonna feel is the leg that's in front, in through the glutes and the hips on that side. Now, if you wanna take this and get a little more intensity into this, an easy way to do that is to just bring those arms right down to the floor, okay? So you can even bring your head all the way down as well. So playing with this stretch just to feel it in some different ways and see what works for you is a great way to do this. Now, if you're like, this is feeling like a little bit too much, right? We want it to be a little uncomfortable, but it shouldn't be painful. So if this feels too much, too painful, what you can do is take that back leg and just bend it out to the side a little bit, okay? So I'm just taking a little bit of that pressure off the sides of my hips here. And same thing, you can, maybe for you, staying upright is like, hey, that's plenty of stretch for me. This feels good. And again, if you want to take it down, you can take it down even more, feeling more of a hip stretch there, okay? Now you can hold this in place. If you want to even get a little bit more of a stretch from there, sometimes I'll even kind of move through the hip stretch even just a little bit, okay? You got to do what feels right for your body. So play around with it a little bit, hold it in place, move it around, just tune into what your body needs for that day. It'll tell you, okay? Now, of course, we want to even out and get both sides. So all you're gonna do is just switch around, same thing on the other side, bend that knee, flex that foot a little bit, take that other leg straight back behind you. Again, you can start upright, bring it down, move in it a little bit, all the same stuff we did on the other side. And again, if that's too intense, just take it out to the side. All right, so that's one of my most favorite stretches. I love how it feels, so I hope that you did too. And of course, remember, this is a great way to get started, adding this in to your daily routine. I love doing it when I get up in the morning, or maybe after I've been sitting at my desk for a long period of time. It's a great way to open up and move through those hips. Now remember, this is a great way to get started, but we wanna be stretching that entire body. We gotta move it all so we can really maintain that flexibility throughout our entire body. And that's why we've put together Metabolic Stretching. So definitely go check that out, scroll down, check out that pinned comment, click the link, and grab your copy today. All right, thanks for watching with me, and I can't wait to see you next time.